Is, you know what I'm saying, in Asia Minor, you know what I'm saying, what the European tell you is Europe, but really it ain't no Europe because a continent is a landmass surrounded by water, and Europe not surrounded by water. It's really just Western Asia, you know what I'm saying. So in Asia Minor in the Bible, when the Jews was in Macedonia and Greece preaching to the Gentiles, you know what I'm saying, they all got martyred by the Roman political system, you know what I'm saying. In the 4th edition DC World History book, it tell you that Peter, you know what I'm saying, was crucified upside down, and that Paul was beheaded on the same day by the Roman Emperor Nero. So for like 250 years, you got the Gentiles holding steadfast to the faith, which will be called the so-called first early Christians, but they was martyring them, they was feeding them the animals in the Colosseum and burning them at the stake and stuff like that. So after about 250 years of this, you got Constantine consorting with the Nicene Council, and he bring about Catholicism, which the word Catholicism means universal, not even Christianity. You know what I'm saying? And the Catholic Church is going to be the basis to bring about the New World Order, bring everybody about in the universal religion or establishment. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was the Bible is written in Latin at this time, but the people only read Greek. So they lying to the people about what the books say, telling them you can pay to get your way, called indulgences, having people pay to get their way in heaven, all kind of crazy stuff. Then you had this monk named Martin Luther who found out how to read Latin. And then he seen it what was false, so he broke off and started the Protestant Reformation. But you know what I'm saying? His heart was to do the right thing, but he's a Gentile, so he's not gonna have all the truth. So somebody else who studied the Bible learned some more stuff, and they don't agree with Martin Luther, so they leave and they form the Anglican Church of England. And then somebody leave that, and they don't agree with that, and then they form the Calvinist, you know what I'm saying, the Church of Calvinism. Somebody leave that, they form a Methodist. Somebody leave that, they form Baptist. Somebody leave that, they form Episcopalian. Somebody leave that, they form Presbyterian. Somebody leave that, they form Jehovah's Witness. Somebody leave that, they form Pentecostal. Somebody leave that, they form Charismatic. So you got all of these things, all of these fruits coming out the same tree where the root is rotten. You know what I'm saying? How can a rotten tree bear good fruit? It's impossible. Christ tell you that. So what you got to do is you got to uproot the tree and throw it out and start over. You can't deal with none of this stuff. You find out we the Israelites, you got to come to the Israelites. All that stuff is coming out of a rotten tree, man. No matter how much you come out of it, you're still coming out of Catholic doctrine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, yeah, because that's where its root is started. It's something political. It's nothing spiritual. It's the Roman political power. The same people that murdered Christ with Pontius Pilate, killed Paul, killed Peter, killed every disciple except for John. You know what I'm saying? And was martyring the first good white people that was following, you know what I'm saying, the Christian doctrine and spirit and the truth for 200 years, killing their own people. And then they come with Catholicism, you know what I'm saying, which is basically straight Luciferianism. You know what I'm saying? You got it where Mary is over everybody, and her name barely in the Bible. They put her over everybody. Then the Pope is like Christ, and then Christ is nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
You never even hear Catholics talk about Christ.
But that's what I'm saying. That's that ceramics over everybody.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's that ceramics
just straight
over
Luciferian, man.
Nimrod, mother / wife, yeah, cement. And his son Tammuz, the mother and son.
And when they take mass, they wafer is a perfectly round wafer because it's representative of the sun. You know what I'm saying? And they hold it in this thing that's like bull horns. You know what I'm saying? But it's called Baal Hadad. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the sun just into the bull. What it represents is, it represents the same thing as Easter. See, Easter is supposed to be the spring equinox, which is the sun crossing the celestial equator, which is the sign of the Taurus, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got the bull horns in Catholicism when they put in a wafer to represent the sun. I mean, it's just all pagan, satanic stuff. So if you know that all these churches came out of that, you gotta, like I said, the root of the tree is rotten. So if how can a rotten tree bear good fruit? It can't. And all these is coming out this tree. You know what I'm saying? You gotta uproot the tree and start over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to do, but at the same time, when you realize they've been lying to you all this time, it really really shouldn't be that hard.
And then another thing is, like, how can you be in like a religion almost?
But like God gives you light, you're supposed to move upon that light. Like this is a new revelation for me. Like I've never heard, you know, until this year about the Hebrew Israelites that we were black.
Right.
I'm studying that and it makes sense. Like, and I hope God keeps revealing that to me. You know what I'm saying, as I study.
I mean, the Bible tell you to test the spirit.
Dog, grab my stuff. Grab my stuff. Grab all that.
Hebrew Israelite cults.
Right. Extremism, right?
Because the thing is this, man. How can you can't really follow a religion that ain't telling you who you are according to the word? Because it's people in the Bible, so who is these people? If you ain't showing me who these people is, it might mean something significant, or why you not showing me who these people is.
So
you know what I'm saying?
44,000, are those literal or is that spiritual? Because
I mean, them spiritual men, you know what I'm saying? Them spiritual men, the 144,000. Spiritual men from 12,000 from each tribe. You know what I'm saying? 12,000 from each tribe, spiritual men.
Literal Israel. That's
literal Israel. That's what it say in the book. Literal.
What you doing, Steve?
All right, we in this spot. This is what we at. Shalom.